Hi there! Do you want to know the secret behind generating over 100 email leads per day for free? If you are, then you're in for a treat. Because in this video, I'm going to be talking with Jay Castillo of foreclosurephilippines.com, one of the top, if not the top, real estate blogs in the country. And he's going to spill the beans, alright, on how he's generating more than 100 email subscribers per day on autopilot without spending a single peso on ads. So if that sounds good to you, join my conversation with Jay as we nerd all about emails. See you there. Hey everyone, welcome again to Digital Solopreneur. Thanks for joining us. So we have a special guest tonight. We have none other than Jay Castillo of foreclosurephilippines.com. Thank you very much for joining us, Jay.
Nako, thank you, Alan. It's an honor to be your guest, and I hope I can provide as much info as I can for all the readers and the audience.
Yeah. Nice. Thanks. Actually, si Jay, I think I first met him way back, no? Isang seminar on ebook writing, if I'm not mistaken. And even then, ano na siya nun, medyo kilala na talaga siya, his site. Even the trainers, I believe, has heard of you. So, and throughout the time, CJ is one of the, yung very humble, but nasa loob yung kulo, yung talent nandoon talaga. And, and it's an honor for me to call him my friend. So, siguro Jay, kasi we've known each other for quite some time. Baka yung iba wants to get to know you a little better. So, may mga icebreaker question ako for people to get to know you. So, I know actually you're quite nag-explore ka, like you do keto, you do intermittent fasting. Ang dami kong natutunan sa'yo when we talk, no? Tanong ko lang, since madalas tayo mag-usap about diet, ano yung favorite food mo?
Ako, honestly, sinigang and spaghetti. Sinigang na may gabi, tapos spaghetti. Puro carbs pa naman yun. Kasi gabi yung gusto ko sa sinigang. And spaghetti, kasi I used to cook. Yun yung na-miss ng wife ko, yung nagko-cook ako ng ultimate spaghetti namin na kung ano-ano ang ingredients. Pero, siyempre, ayoko nang mag-cook ng spaghetti ngayon kasi grabe kami kumain. So hindi ako ganito kapayat ngayon kung nag-cook pa rin ako. Kaya, hindi naman.
Nice. Ito naman, tanong ka on the opposite end naman. Yun yung favorite, no? Something that you like. Ito naman, something that you don't like. Well, what would you say is your biggest pet peeve? Yung naaanoy ka?
Okay. Annoyed ako dun sa mga it's in front of them. Parang whether it's an email, a blog post, or something I share in FB. I share it there, and then their question at the next portion is exactly kung ano yung shinare ko. Parang, what? Hindi nyo ba binasa? Or did you not click on the link because all the information is there? So yun, parang I'm so annoyed with people who ask questions that can be answered if only they click on the link or if only they scroll down. Ganon. Medyo actually it goes back even way back sa office. Sa office kasi I encounter a lot of people who ask help from us, the IT department. And if only they read the manual. So medyo kasi even my wife, we have this private joke that if there's a problem, she must read the manual because the answer is there. And tanggap ko na, asawa ko siya she never reads the manual. So, ganun. So, in a way, nakaka-cope up ako kasi sarili kong wife, ganun So, so sanay na ako na yung mga tao ganun. Pero it still annoys me so much.
Right. It's nice to get to know that side din, no? Kasi, yun nga, parang you get to see din yung character ng tao. And you mentioned actually office, no? Which is segues nicely to the next question is, ano ba yung life mo before you became an online entrepreneur?
Okay. I basically am an IT professional. I was the IT guy, the tech guy sa office. Nag-start ako from IT support, IT staff, all the way to IT manager. So it was very rewarding. It was something I love doing, but it was kind of stressful, where parang it's my own doing. Kasi later on I was in the IT field for around 13 years. Um, on the 10th year, parang ninth or 10th year, parang I implemented a lot of automation na pag may problems, the server will text me, or or one system will text me. So imagine that, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, may magte-text. And when I check, so and so was down, or so and so was offline. So kaya ganon, maaga ako gigising, I have to go to the office. So ano siya, parang, pero exciting pa rin. For me, it was such an exciting job, or it's very rewarding kasi we were able to actually fix a lot of those things, and hindi siya nagre-recur. Meaning, if we find out there's a problem here, we do what needs to be done so that get uh, it will not repeat. Parang ganon. So medyo nerdy ako talaga, kaya it's something that I really like yun. So IT talaga ever since, medyo um, nag-iba nung na-promote ako dun sa nag-start nung supervisor, tapos naging IT support manager, tapos naging IT manager na. Medyo iba kasi hindi na lahat technical. I have to report, I have to make business recommendations and decisions. I even had to fire people. I also had to hire people. So okay din. I learned how to balance it, na parang kasi may reputation ako sa office na parang galit sa tanga. Pero actually, ang ano ko doon is magbasa kayo ng manual. Babalik na naman doon, magbasa kayo ng manual kasi ako yung taggagawa ng manual, ako yung taggagawa ng policies and procedures. So, ganon yung kinagisnan namin when it comes to the IT department, na parang baby ko nga yung IT kasi from zero staff all the way to yung full strength niya, siguro mga, ilan ba kami yun? 6. Handling 350 people, 350 users, mga 20 servers, 6 lang kami nag-handle. So, gano'n. Very lucky lang ako kasi lahat nun, I was there when it was set up. Kami yung nag-set up. And it was a nightmare nung nag-resign na ako kasi I had to turn over. So believe it or not, my turnover period was 6 months. Kasi ayaw nila pumayag na 1 month. Kasi 30 days, it's impossible na lahat nun ma-turnover ko. Kaya 6 months ang ano. So that would give you an idea gaano kalaki yung scope na hinahandle ko dun sa ganun. So ganun ang aking buhay before I decided to quit and focus on entrepreneurship.
Wow. And siguro, curious ako, so what made you, kasi it seems like you're doing well, no? Career-wise, and you mentioned that may growth from the focus sa technical to managing people, yung ano. And what made you decide to make that change? Kasi usually with people, pag nakita nila yung growth and stability sa job, yun na yun di ba? But what made you jump?
It was health. Pag ganun na, pag health na ang ano, kasi I still remember I was going to this meeting early morning, parang 4 a.m. ako I woke up at 4 a.m. just to get ready for that meeting. And when I woke up, I stumbled down. Tapos everything was spinning. Kumapa lang ako sa dingding. That's the only way I was able to stand up. And what I did was I went to the CR, took a bath, hoping that I would feel better. And kahit na I still wanted to vomit, I was actually vomiting, but naubos na. Isip ko, teka, very important tong meeting. I still went to the office. And I had to sit through that meeting from 8 a.m. up to 11 kasi 11 ang IT department usually sa last part na ng meeting ako ang bibigay ng report ko. And then natapos ako mga before 12, but I had to sit in for another hour kasi syempre yung susunod sa akin nag-report pa. And that's the only time na nagpunta ako sa company nurse nung tapos ng lahat. At yun nga, high blood pressure. Pero ang naisip ko kasi high blood, pagka ganun, hindi na to biro because kasi my dad was a diabetic and he died of cardiac arrest. Complications because of diabetes, may kidney problem na siya. Pero cardiac arrest yun nga. So, isip ko talaga, oh my God. I remember yung son ko, ngayon, 14 years old na. Pero noon, ilan siya? 4 years old ba noon? Parang sabi ko, 3 or 4 years old. This is serious. Hindi na pwede to na I will continue doing this. And in exchange for that, pwedeng matoinks ako. Yun yung term namin ni Mrs. if you suddenly have a heart attack or anything. So, that pushed me. Sabi ko, I need to find a way to earn money without all this stress. Kasi, hindi ko na-mention kanina, during the later part of my being the IT manager, all of us resigned. And I was pirated back dun sa office na yun. So, binigyan ako mas mataas na sweldo para lang bumalik ako after 7 months. Bumalik ako. But, the problem was, yung mga staff ko na nag-resign, hindi ko na ma-hire back kasi malalaki yung sweldo nila. And I was stuck doing the work of 3-4 people. So, parang, yun ang reason bakit super stressful. Okay. So, hindi naman ako mataba. Hindi. Medyo tumaba na pala ako nun. So, I was thinking na it had something to do with what I was doing. So, true enough, if I went to some other place, yung blood pressure ko hindi ganun kataas eh. Ibig sabihin, pag nag-relax ako, nagno-normalize. So, basta pag nasa office ako, ewan ko, makikita ko lang pagbumukha ng mga iba doon. Na high blood na ako. Kasi, ang hirap kasi, yung 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, oh my God, understaffed kami. Yung user base namin, palaki ng palaki. Sabi ko, it's time to move on. Pero, I decided not to pursue another job as IT manager or project manager kasi I tried that also. I moved to another company. It was super stressful din. Yun naman, ibang klaseng stress kasi I had to go to Batangas and go back to Marikina every other day. So, parang I needed something na pwede kong gawin na nasa bahay na, which is, eto, online and real estate. Kasi real estate, ilang beses ka lang naman kailangan maningil, once a month. So, pag online naman, obviously, ang dali-dali, basta't may internet connection ko na. So, that made me decide na I will una, hindi pa nga online eh, real estate lang. But when I did them at the same time, parang, wow, may synergy pala. So, I said, okay, let's do this. And that pushed me to do it.
Nice. And interesting, no? Kasi now we know you as the guy behind yung Foreclosure Philippines. One of the biggest challenge ng mga tao when they're starting out online is actually selecting their niche, no? And kumbaga, with the low-hanging fruit, if you'd like to go online, siguro what you'll teach is about IT, no? But you actually learned about the real estate is not necessarily related with IT. How did you land sa real estate and how did Foreclosure Philippines start?
Okay. Yung real estate kasi, our family had some background in real estate kasi lagi kong tinatanong, bakit ba yung dad ko hindi nagwo-work? Doktor siya pero hindi siya nagwo-work, hindi siya nagpa-practice, hindi siya nagpupunta ng ospital. And it turns out, meron kaming properties sa Caloocan. So, that was one thing that pushed me. Pero, when I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, yun ang talagang sabi ko, teka, ito yung hinahanap natin na way. But the question is, how do I do it? So, yun, dahil doon, while I was working as an IT manager, I was trying to learn as much as I can. And para bang pieces of the puzzle just appeared out of nowhere na I know hindi yung ganun basta. Parang siguro yun talaga yung nasa desire ko na real estate was really something. Kasi even if I didn't like it, kasi yung dad ko, para bang puro kaso, puro hearing ang naririnig ko about tenant na hindi nagbabayad. Elementary ako noon. So, I set that aside, parang nakalimutan ko na yung real estate. Pero nung malaki na kami, nung college na ako, when he passed away, parang trabaho ko was to type the deed of sales and hindi pa yung hindi pa lease contract Parang deed of sale lang yung alam ko kasi yun lang yung pagka may binibenta siya pa isa-isa na property. So, parang teka, ginagawa ko na yan So, might as well learn as much as I can. Although I have to admit, yung foreclosed, it was totally different from what my dad was doing. Kasi my dad was just collecting rent. Tapos, or going to court if hindi nagbayad si tenant. Ganun lang, napakasimple lang. And then, nakatunga nga lang siya sa bahay. So, pero ako, pagdating sa foreclosed, it's so tedious. So many things you have to do. And each time na meron kaming breakthrough na, uy, ganito pala yun, I would write about it on the blog. So, ganon siya, ganon napunta. Pero, admittedly, hindi ako sa real estate kaagad nag-blog. Okay? Foreclosure Philippines was my third blog, I think. Third. Yung una pa nga, about work-life balance. That was my topic. Pero wala I parang at the end of that blog, parang before I ended that blog, sinabi ko, work-life balance is a myth. You can't get balance from a toxic work environment. So you have to get rid of it. Yun sinabi ko. So iba talaga. So that blog died suddenly. Tapos I tried also sa financial literacy about managing money, pero hindi ko gusto yung yun lang. I wanted to do something na talagang meron kaming ginagawa na. So, kaya ako napasok sa real estate. Pero ang laki ng tulong ng Rich Dad Poor Dad and yung book ni Sir Larry Gamboa, yung Think Rich Pinoy. Okay. And thanks to the power of Google also, I was able to Google people who were doing weekly meetups about real estate. So doon ako pumapasok. I try to learn as much from them. And in one meeting, I remember this fallen guru that was conducting one of those cash flow workshops. Parang sinabi niya na, if someone will compile listings of properties that can make money, something like that. So, yun. Ginawa ko online. Actually, there's one lesson there. Meron kami isang group that was supposed to do that together, yung pag-post ng listings online. So many people had so many comments on why it would not work, why it would never work, why dapat ganito, dapat ganyan, dapat may analysis na. Dapat pag nakita na yung property na analyze, ang daming masyadong Ako, ginawa ko lang, I made a blogspot. I got a blogspot domain na libre. Nag-publish ako ng isang article na nagawa namin ni Mrs. Dinocument lang namin. Umattend kami auction and then we typed our lessons learned. And then the next day was we shared a listing. In-upload lang namin. That's so easy if you think about it. And then so many people, hindi so many, siguro mga around 60 people suddenly visited on one day. Sabi ko, 60 people? Samantalang yung iba kong mga vlog, yung previous, mga 1, 2 people per day. So, gano'n, yun. Kaya ako sabi ko, this is a good niche yung real estate. Kaya doon na. Tsaka yung passion nandun na i-continue. Sabi ko, hindi ako mauubusan ng gusto ko sabihin. So, tama lang. Doon na, sa real estate.
Perfect. Doon nag-overlap yung interest mo tsaka yung may market talaga.
Oo.
Hindi ko alam, may dalawa kang vlogs before. Very interesting. I think that's a good lesson din na parang you don't have to get it right the first time. Yung mga mistakes can really lead you dun sa gusto mo talagang where you will end up. Yan. So now we have landed dun sa Foreclosure Philippines, no? And actually, when I ask questions for you, no, may mga we'll go to them, no? Maraming interest sa with the way you build your list and your approach to email marketing. But before that, siguro curious na ako just to give them an idea, no? Kasi paano ba kumikita ang isang like popular blog? So siguro could you give us an idea of siguro the way you monetize that site, that traffic?
Okay. The usual is you monetize through Google Adsense, affiliate marketing, direct advertising. Pero in my case, since it was real estate, there came to a point when so many people were inquiring about the list. Just to give the audience an idea. Initially, we would write about how we attended an auction, ganito, ganyan. And then, we would share some listings for free. Why would we share listings? Kasi ang idea ko, it's we get listings, choose whatever property would be interesting for us. And the rest, obviously, we cannot buy everything. So, might as well share it on the blog. So, we share it for free. We're not really brokers. We're not selling the properties. We just share it because people are looking for properties, foreclosed properties. So, ganon ang idea. And we were monetizing through ads. But later, we decided, because of all the inquiries, they were actually telling us, Jay, we got the listing from you. Even if you're not actively brokering these properties, we will write you as our referrer. So, bigla na lang checks were coming in coming from banks, honoring us as the broker. So, we decided, my wife and I, let's just focus on, let's give brokerage a try. So, we did do brokerage 3 or 4 years. So, yung monetization, biglang nag-iba. Yung online revenue from the blog and offline revenue from being brokers. So, dalawa na siya. So, yun ang main ways of us of monetizing everything. Pero yung online traffic ang nagdi-dictate how much yung online income. Yun naman sa brokerage side, how fast are we able to fulfill the inquiries and so on and so forth and closing everything. Yun ang admittedly napakahirap nung brokerage. Just thinking about it makes me stressed kasi I would rather face 20 servers than 20 buyers. At least 20 servers, pag may problem, you can always reformat them. You can delete them. You can fix them. Ang mga tao, mahirap. Hindi mo naman pwede burahin ng tao. You can fix them. So, anyway, ganon. Ganon ang monetization strategy namin before. Although ngayon, nag-iba na kasi it came to a point where at the end of each year, makikita mo when you're checking your ITR, your income tax return, makikita mo, teka, ito ang income natin from brokerage. Ito income ko from online, yung ads, affiliate income, and so on and so forth. They were almost equal na. So, at that point, sabi ko, teka, ito income from the blog, ito income from brokerage. Pero yung stress, 80% comes from brokerage, 20% lang yung, actually, hindi nga stressful yung blog. Naisip ko, 20-80, dito na ako sa 20% lang ang stress, but the income is already half of brokerage. So, nag-focus ako. So, yun. Ngayon, ang income namin is from mostly the online ads. And meron pag if you reach a certain number of visitors per month, there are so many ad networks there. Hindi lang ang AdSense, marami dyan. And I'm telling you, it's very nice.
Nice. In terms of siguro, just to give siguro some clarity in terms of ano yung madaming traffic, what would you say is the number of visitors per month, I guess, that you'll say na itong mga opportunities na to would be coming up? Kasi syempre, kung super baba ng traffic, it wouldn't make sense din. So ano yung kind of the threshold that parang yung commission, yung checks mo from ads would be significant, or at least mafe-feel mo na siya?
Okay. Ako, 30,000 visitors a month. That will open up opportunities from ad networks na hindi AdSense. Kasi yung ad networks dyan, they can provide 2 or 3 times the revenue from AdSense. Pero, yun nga, there's a threshold. If you don't meet that threshold, you will get disapproved. Okay.
Right.
Pero AdSense, kahit nga wala kang halos traffic, they will approve you. Yun lang. You earn 1 cent. 1, 2 cents, ganon.
Yeah.
So, 30,000 visitors per month, pwede na yun.
Nice.
It's a good place to start. Kasi, kasi just to give an idea, for every 1,000 visitors, you can earn $10, parang ganon. I'm trying to remember, kasi ganon yung income. For 100 visits, 2 click, each click is 10 cents. Parang ganon.
Right.
So hindi ko na kasi siya, iba na kasi yung computations ko ngayon So hindi na per click I don't care na ngayon kung ano yung click, it's on the visitors na. Pero before it was like that. So napansin ko pag 30,000 visitors a month, basically 1,000 visitors a day, significant na siya. Pwede na siya. And it's up to you kung paano mo siyang ma-optimize pa.
Nice.
Pero more importantly, yung visitors na yun, it's not just the ads. Kasi sa akin, from month number 1, hindi day 1 month number 1, I think on the 10th day, naglagay na ako ng email catcher.
Right.
So, pansin ko, syempre, habang malaking traffic, dumadami yung nagsasubscribe. So, yun ang important. Although, ang tagal bago ko naisipan na mag-monetize for the email list.
Interesting. Sakto-sakto yung segue mo doon, Jay. Kasi one of the biggest questions actually is yung how do you generate so much organic subscribers without spending ads nga, no? Tapos sakto nabanggit mo about yung email catcher. So what's your strategy since you have so much organic traffic? Siguro, just quickly, going back lang, with regard to the listing. Kasi yun yung naging pinaka-attraction ng Foreclosure Philippines, no? Especially on the start, no? Yun yung maraming naghahanap ng tao. Just for people not familiar with foreclosed properties, yung listings na to, these are from the banks, no? Yung mga na-foreclose ng banks, tapos ina-allok nila sa public, which is actually, these are free naman, di ba? Itong information na to, you don't have to pay for it. Ang naging role mo is, ikaw yung nagko-collect sa kanila, then you're making it convenient for people by uploading them online instead of punta sila sa isa-isang bangko to get these listings.
Ano siya, I basically, I curate them. And I fill in the gaps. Kasi if you get it from the banks, there's some info na hindi nila binibigay unless you ask. So ako yung taga-tanong. And then I share. I fill in the missing pieces, so to speak.
Kumbaga, it's not, you don't have to even create your own content, no? To some extent, you got it from the source, then you put in your own flavor, then yun na, so it's important to find ano ba yung hinahanap ng tao, no, to get the traffic in.
Yeah.
So now that you have this traffic coming in, nabanggit mo you have this email catcher where you offer offer them to subscribe, no? What has been your strategy for that? Like, where are you putting these email catchers, and what are you offering in exchange for their email address?
Okay. Siguro the first 5 years, it was simply subscribe now to receive updated listings and updated schedules of auctions for foreclosed properties. Napakasimple lang. Yun yung nakalagay dun sa at the top of the email catcher. So simple lang. And then ang location niya is at the bottom of the blog. There's a email catcher na parang banner na rin siya, pero andun yung field kung saan i-fill out yung email. Sa sidebar meron din. Iba lang yung color, pero meron din. So yun lang, dalawa lang yung location. And I think parang 2016 na nga ako nag-optimize. 2016, yung front page ng blog, doon na ako nag-add doon sa taas. Meaning, sa homepage, dati wala ako kasi ang homepage noon ng blog is the typical blog. Pag tingin mo, lahat ng blog post lang nakalist. Pero 2016, ginawa ko siyang at the top, andun yung what is this blog about? So, nakalagay doon na real estate investing that works in the Philippines. Tapos sa baba, meron doon na button, keep me updated. Yun, yung the same wording na subscribe now. Hindi, parang naalala ko, parang kwento ko sa inyo yun eh. Ang wording na ginamit ko, we find listings of foreclosed properties so you don't have to subscribe now, parang to download or and we'll send you the listings. Parang ganun. Sa front page yun. Meron. So yun yung ginawa kong pag-optimize. And ewan ko kung naalala nyo yun, yung may shinare ako na graph dun sa email opt-ins ko. Yung nag-umpisa, each time mag-optimize ako, yung slope, yung graph na imbis na ganyan, tumataas. Parang yung rate obviously tumataas. Although all throughout the past 11 years, ang daming reasons kung bakit sa tingin ko tumataas. I think na-mention ko rin kanina dun sa FB page, sa FB group ng Email Marketing Philippines. Hindi, sa Hit Send Get Paid. Na-mention ko doon na when I announced to the public that okay, I'm stopping brokerage for now and I'm going back to what I was doing before na I'll just share the listings. Yung rate of subscriptions tumaas din. So ang daming reasons kung bakit tumataas. And ano pa? Basically yun yung strategy ko. And nire-refine ko lang yung wordings. Minsan pag nagwo-work tapos binago ko, I leave it there for 1 to 2 weeks. Pagka medyo parang bumaba yung graph. Ang laking bagay ng graph. Parang I would bring back the old wording. So that happened. I've lost count of experiments that did not work. Na binabalik ko lang. So important din na meron kang notes on ano ba yung dati that was working na binago mo. Medyo technical na Sa Google Analytics meron doon. Meron notes sa analytics on any particular day, mag-add ka ng note ano yung binago mo para you can go back and change if needed.
Interesting. Yes. So at least you guys can see na hindi rin siya agad-agad na you test out different things. I guess from what you're saying, Jay, parang what I took out from it is that you have to make it easy sa visitor to subscribe, na make it visible sa kanila. Tapos, ang ganda nga ng wording mo, no? We look for this thing so you don't have to. Very emotionally gratifying siya. Oh, yes, parang it will save you time, effort. Alam mo naman, lahat ng tao may kanya-kanya tayong katamaran, di ba? So, kung makatipid tayo sa oras, why not? Then, of course, yung testing. And, yeah, kasi sometimes mag-test ka, kinalimutan mo yung before, yung pala yung mas gumagana. So, at least siguro take a screenshot before you do any change, di ba? Para pwede mo balikan.
Pero
So,
dalawa pala yun, Alan. Yun yung wordings ng listings.
right.
Pero, nag-introduce na ako ng lead magnet. Yung, I think 2011 naman. Mas maaga ko na, hindi ganun katagal na 2016. I think 2011 ako naglabas ng lead magnet, yung due diligence checklist.
Right.
So, strategic na siya. Sa sidebar, yun pa rin, yung email, subscribe ka sa email for the listings. Sa bottom of all blog posts na investing related, due diligence.
Right.
Pero later on, because of my analysis, ginawa ko lahat na ng blog post, whether listings or investing, due diligence na. So far, it works.
Nice. Siguro, I think one thing that we need to emphasize here is that yung sa lead magnet and putting email catchers is something in your control. So that's something you could easily do right after watching this interview. Pwede mo na magawa yun. The thing that will take time is the organic traffic kasi you don't necessarily have control of that. Siguro, para naman maging realistic ang expectation ng tao, no? Kasi I know you've been doing this for a long time. Dami mo ng blog articles. How long have you been doing this, yung site, yung Foreclosure Philippines? And what would you say is the key to get more organic traffic? Kasi hindi naman siya agad-agad, di ba? Just to give a realistic sense for someone who's starting from scratch, ano ba yung timeline na they should expect and what kind of effort should they put in?
Okay. I started, my first blog post was October 31. Hindi. That was the time that I got the blogspot address. Forecloserealestate.blogspot.com.
Right.
October 31. Halloween 2008. And then I published the first article the next day, November 1. And then the listings was November 2. Pero nagulat ako kasi yung traffic nga parang on one particular day, 60 people na for one day. And I was observing the graph. Parang ano siya hindi siya the same each day, pero it was, if you take the whole month, it was slowly but consistently growing. And by the time it was, I think, the 6th month, I had to change my parang I had to move from Blogspot to WordPress, I think, because there was already a problem. And after a few months, then siguro 1 year. After 1 year, I had to move to WordPress na talaga. So because significant na yung traffic, pero by the standards today, very small. So, that if you find a good niche, siguro 6 months. 6 months is a good enough period for you to check the graph in analytics, or for you to say that, hey, the traffic is actually going up, even if it's slowly. Pero that's critical. If the traffic is going up slowly on the first 6 months, imagine 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it will go up significantly, which is what that was my theory, and it was proven to be true. As long as I would be consistent. How consistent was I blogging? 4 to 5 times a week.
Wow.
So, it's not easy if it's something you don't like to do. Pero ako kasi, during that time, I was still working. I see a list. I would scan. I would publish. Mabilis ko lang nagagawa. Siguro 1 hour, tapos. And I had to do that, siguro minimum na 3 times a week. Pero usually, ang aim ko nga, 5 times. Pero nag-taper off ako. I think naging consistent ako 3 times a week. So, And it came to a point, siguro, kailan ba yun? Ondoy. During Ondoy, 2009.
2009. Yeah.
September 2009. So, 1 year after. Since na-ondoy kami, I was not posting anything. But the traffic is there. So, organic na. Yung, parang may snowball effect na.
Right.
Parang, borrowing yung webinar kanina, snowball effect. Na up to a certain point, yung traffic mo, as long as your content is already there, people will really end up, they are searching for something and it's on your site, they will end up on your site. Kasi later on, there were times that I did not update the blog at all for 6 months. 7 months ata yung pinakamahaba. And the traffic was still there. Although, it wasn't going up. It just tapered off. Naging ano lang siya, sidewards na lang.
Right.
Pero the moment I continued updating, new updates, tumataas na naman. So, kailangan lang consistent. And I think the hardest part for other bloggers is they don't have, ano ba tawag doon? Yung staple. Ako, staple ko yung listings. I have to admit, yung investing articles, very few na ngayon. Siguro 1 every 2 months. And yet, evergreen naman eh. Yung mga previous kong articles, I think around mga 300 articles na yung about investing. All the rest, siguro mga 1,000 about listings. Yung 300 articles na yun, yun yung bumubuhay sa blog. Meaning, all the traffic is, all the search traffic about investing is produced by those 300 investing articles. And obviously, yun namang staple, yung mga listings of foreclosed properties. Yun yung bago. Yun yung bagong... Anyone who realizes that, hey, maganda ata mag-invest sa real estate and they Google it, most probably they'll see the blog.
Parang yung blog mo, parang may libro ka na nga doon, scattered into different blog posts, yung equivalent. That's interesting. And yun nga, siguro, nabanggit niya, Jay, parang it's good to invest in things, in topics that would last the test of time. Kasi nagiging assets. Like, si Jay, na-ondoy siya. So, totally wala siyang nagawa. But buhay pa rin yung mga articles na yun. Kasi, relevant siya from now until time memorial, di ba? So, so that's a good tip. And also, I just want to emphasize this kasi maraming nasa-sexihan, di ba? When, walang ad spend, hundreds of subscribers every day. But at the same time, you started off way before, di ba? And you invested a lot of sweat and time. And yun nga, not sure kung may blood and tears, pero I'm sure daming pagod pumasok dun. But it it took time, but yun nga, you're reaping the rewards now. So that I just want to give it, make it realistic sa tao, no? They pressure themselves na baka, yun nga, parang yung pressure mo sa server. Ganun din yung gawin nila sa sarili nila. It will take time, but you know, at least you know the path, no? And siguro may nagtanong din, no, Jay. Let's go now naman. Now that you have that list, no. May nagtanong, no, si Jonathan. He's actually an OF. He works overseas right now. May tanong siya, no, kasi I understand from our conversation that you now have courses, of course, no, teaching how to invest in real estate. Ang hook niya is more of sa foreclosed property. But I understand that whatever you teach, actually, you can implement that kahit you're buying a new property. So, Jonathan, about how do you segregate people in your email list who are maybe not just interested in foreclosed property, but also in new properties or different aspects of real estate?
Okay. I actually have 2 email lists. I decided to create a second one that if they opted in, yun na yung mga free trainings. So if they opted in for a free training and they consume the content, they can also sign up dun sa waiting list. So that's how I gauge for the interest for a more comprehensive training.
Mm-hmm.
And more often than not, I am pressured to reopen enrollment when too many people are already emailing, sending an email na, Jay, when are you going to reopen? Or is this training still available? And pag may threshold ako, if 3 people, 5 people will ask me within a week, oh my God, it's time again. Kasi it's so hindi madali mag-conduct ng training, but parang if I don't do it, baka mamaya bumili to ng property na hindi maganda. So might as
right.
So ganun ko na segregate. Pero yung sa blog, that whole email list from the blog, it's not segregated kasi medyo ano siya walang tagging yung malaking email list. Only the small email list from in ConvertKit, yun ang may tagging.
Right.
That's the only way, that's the only list where I am able to segregate. Yun, the usual, you segregate. If they finished a training, tinatag ko siya as free training attendee. Tapos, waiting list, nakatag din sila na waiting list. Obviously, pag nag-enroll, they're tagged as enrolled. So, ganun lang yung segregate.
Nice. So once may tinanong din nga si Job, what types of campaigns are effective for your target market? Siguro ay isasama ko na rin to, because I think this would be related. Once somebody subscribes to your email list, what can they expect? Like, how often do you send emails, and what do you send them?
Okay. For the blog, if they subscribe sa blog, they will get around at least 1 email per week, at least 1 listing per week. But if they subscribe to the waiting list, yun, that's something I have to work on. Kasi if they subscribe to the waiting list, they will not get an email until mga 1 week before I'm going to reopen the enrollment. So, what if 3 months pa bago ako mag-open? 3 months silang walang marireceive. Pero, I noticed something where most probably if they are subscribed dun sa training related or sa waiting list, they're also subscribed dun sa main
list.
blog list. So, ano ba tawag doon? Top of mind pa rin ba? Yung term na I don't disappear from them because they consistently receive emails from me pa rin. Because of the blog.
Nice. Yeah. So once they subscribe, yung nakukuha nilang emails are parang fresh emails from you, not necessarily like may pre-written ka na welcome sequence. So it's more to get the lead magnet, then they get fresh emails from you weekly. So yun yung approach mo.
Yeah.
All right, that's very interesting.
I think meron akong isang yung series ko 1 email lang.
Okay.
A welcome email. Why I am doing this, and the link to the lead magnet and a free video. Ganun lang.
Nice. I think very important yung why you're doing this, no? Kasi it helps you, it sets you apart na parang mas makikilala ka ng tao. And you're not just like a cold random site, no? may pagkatao may tao behind it, no? And mas madali makarelate. Okay. So this is medyo nabanggit ko kasi you're a low-key email marketer, no? Meaning I admire you for what you do, and you do a lot of successful product launches, no? And people might not be aware of it, but ano yung approach mo? Kasi I get this question often. How do you create an email sequence to launch a product? And I know you have done several successful ones. I'd like to ask you, yung strategy, my mindset siguro on how you storyboard that email sequence. Okay. And kung ano yung approach doon.
ano siya ang dami kong experiment. So um, sequences. But I can narrow them down to two. The first type of email sequence, yung ko sabihin na Jeff Walker style, parang ganon. Pero doon ko talaga binase. So if you haven't read the book Launch by Jeff Walker, you should read that kasi he um, he made an outline of what you will do on a launch, during a launch, and the emails that you can send. So I patterned it from that, which is basically you're announcing um, a heads up or a shot across the bow na you're going to release something. Or yun, in my case, the training, that's the first email. And then next is I'm going to explain what I'm going to launch. And then three emails that will explain that topic in greater detail, but it cannot be too long kasi 1 hour lang, ano ba, 30 minutes lang yung mga videos ko. So, 3 email na ganun, and then so ilan na yun? 5. On the 6th, open cart, enrollment is open. 7th, yung FAQs, and then 8 reminders. So, ganun lang, 8. Pero, that was before. And then, the next iteration, I used the Crazy 8 email sequence from Teachable. Almost the same nung kay Jeff. Pero, ito, ang tawag doon, mas madali siyang i-follow kasi naka-template siya template. So, yung Crazy 8, ganun din more on educating them through emails before that very first email where you are giving them, again, a heads up. Very similar nga pala, no? So, ngayon ko lang napansin na very similar sila. Hindi ko lang gusto yung kay Jeff Walker kasi ibig sabihin nun, maglo-launch ka rin with videos. Hirap na hirap ako sa videos kasi I have to make new videos. Pero ito nga, yung Crazy 8 email sequence from Teachable, it's purely emails lang. Which is, gusto ko nga yun. Heads up, what they can expect, tapos FAQs, bonuses, last minute info, logic na. Magbibigay siya ng logic bakit kayo dapat mag-sign up, and then reminders again. Several reminders on the last day. Halos pareho nga pala, no? So basically, ganun yung email sequences pagka mag-open ako enrollment. Pero, yung hindi ko nasabi, there's something more important than yung pinaka-umpisa, just before yung shot across the bow, so to speak. I shoot an email asking people what they want to be included in that training or in whatever product I'm coming out with. Parang give the audience a chance to tell you what they actually need. Which is why for each batch nga parang iba-iba yung trainings na nagagawa ko kasi I make them answer the more frequently asked topics for each batch. So may differences for each batch. Yun ang important kasi you're giving them what they are looking for. Give them what they want. How do you find out what they want? You ask them. Napakasimple. The very first email before you launch. Okay. Just a word of warning. Because of that first email, yung actual launch mo, it can get delayed. Kasi ako, I think nakwento ko sa may isa akong launch na yung questions nila, super daming questions. And they're not very similar. They're not easily categorized. I had to take time. 2 weeks before I categorized them into several modules. So, but it was a very rewarding process kasi they got exactly what they were asking for. But there's an art. Give them what they want, but I would inject what I believe they need.
Right.
Kasi if you give people what they want, yun lang gusto nila. All the, ano ba tawag doon? Yung akala nila yung madali lang.
Right.
Yung mahirap kasi kailangan ipasok mo pa rin. But you have to package it in a way na more easier for them to consume. So, ganun.
Perfect. Actually, yun, I was about to raise that, no? Then you mentioned it. Yung give them what they want, then ibigay mo rin what they need. Like, for example, like what you're offering, for example, as a lead magnet, is the due diligence checklist, which is madali. Kasi ano ba mas madali? May checklist ka or a course, a one-day free training on due diligence? Parang nakakatamad, di ba? Pero pag checklist, ang dali. But you as a subject matter expert, you want to give them what they want. Then pag nandoon na sila sa mundo mo, I'll offer you also the course. This is what you need. Because sometimes they don't know what they don't know. And you as the subject matter expert, alam mo ano kailangan nila. Pero sila hindi nila alam kailangan nila. But you ask them what they think they need, yun yung i-alok mo sa kanila. Then pag nandoon na sila, ito yung ituturo ko sa inyo. Just like if you're offering stock market tips, sige, they will join for the tips, but once they join, you will teach them how to properly manage their risk, how to so on and so forth. No? Pero kasi pag yun yung inalok mo, yung managing your risk, ay, boring. Or budgeting, ay, boring. So,
being sexy.
So you can offer them yung sexy or what they think they want. Then once they're in, you also give them what they need. As the subject matter expert, kasi mas alam mo ano yung kailangan nila gawin. So, that's a very good tip, no? Wala yun sa libro. That's from Jay's experience. And nakwento ka ni Jay yun that he really took time to segment, to bucket, and nagbunga naman siya when you did your launch. So, that's very generous of you, Jay, to share. And siguro, I think we got deep, into your flow, no? Even from traffic leads to your launch, na paano yung sequence nila. Siguro I would like to go into naman yung, since you have a storied career, I guess 2008 ngayon, 2019, no? Just some extremes, no? What would you say is the biggest surprise when it comes to email marketing? Kasi I believe, di ba, you started off, actually maaga pa lang naman, no? You already had your email catcher. What was your biggest surprise? Meaning, when you put that email catcher in, what was your expectation? But now, 2019, ay, ito pala yung kaya gawin ng email marketing.
Yeah. Very bold if I say this, that the email list will hindi naman bulletproof, pero it's like it can shield you from the next Google algorithm, the next Facebook algorithm. Parang I remember I had this one second video for when I was launching my last enrollment. The second video I shared in Facebook, and Facebook said, promote this post to reach so and so audience. O sige, promote ko. But hindi in-approve ni Facebook. Parang, what? Ba't tayo mo i-approve? Ikaw nagsabi na i-promote ko yung post na yun. And I remember one a friend of ours, I think we were in a meeting where parang it's such a big loss when you can't have your Facebook ad approved by Facebook. Parang it's such a big loss. But if you have a big email list, parang it's okay. If parang ako yabang, gusto ko sabihin kay FB, it's okay. Kung ayaw nyo approve, no problem. I have an email list. Parang pero na-realize ko, it's true. If you have an email list, wala yes, it can affect you. Admittedly, I get a lot of viral traffic from Facebook, but I don't rely on that anymore. para bang it's not a big deal if you have an email list. Especially now na I think this is the first time I'll mention yung it's already almost 4 months when I started to deploy web notification, push notifications. So it's a big thing pala na kasi right now I have around 32,000 subscribers for push notifications. And which is why lahat nun pinopoint ko pa rin sa email para mag-subscribe sila sa email list. So, yun, bakit ko ginagawa yun? Because I believe emails will be your parang last bastion mo yun. Yung nothing can take that away from you. As long as you export your email list consistently, you back it up. Pero kasi we've been hit by Google algorithm updates before. Yung search traffic namin from, let's say, 3,000 visitors a day, biglang maging 1,000 visitors a day. Oh, pwede pa rin. Mataas pa rin. Pero parang we're back to the level of when we were 1 year old. Parang laki nung bagsak. Pero ngayon, if I were to go back in time, during that time, dapat pala nag-email na lang ako na nag-email because the email list brings significant traffic. So, wag niyong isipin na email list lang yan. Wala. Hindi. It can bring traffic. It can replace ads. It can replace search traffic from Google. Para siyang, as long as you have that list with you, wala eh. Hindi ka dependent on one source of traffic and leads. So, yun. Ang laking bagay niya. Kaya ang pinagsisisi ko ngayon is, bakit nung 2016 lang ako nag-optimize? Kasi, dapat before pa. So, yun.
Nice. And I think yun nga, sakto din you're into real estate, no? I think you've heard me tell this before na, yun nga na, I would prefer people to start building their business on their own land. And,
yeah.
Yun nga, your email list, that's your own land na, kasi yung Facebook, YouTube, although they are very good at getting more eyeballs, diba? Getting to build your list, it's still, you're still playing on other people's land. Kumbaga, nakaupa ka lang doon. Yung list mo, that's your own property. And when, diba, when all things go awry, nasa sayo pa rin yun. And yun nga, if you leave me with anything, I don't want to speak for you, no, but I think you would agree to some extent na tanggalin mo na lahat, the blog, Facebook page, kung may YouTube videos ka man, YouTube channel, Twitter, tanggalin mo man lahat, iwan mo lang yung email list, and you can easily maintain and even grow your business fairly quickly compared kung yun yung mawala, tapos lahat ng other assets mo ang matira, iba pa rin yung having your email list as sabi mo nga, in the last bastion of your business. Yeah. So, and siguro last question, Jay, kasi you mentioned earlier, no, ano yung sasabihin mo when you were younger, which is about starting yung email list, mag-email more frequently, and perhaps optimizing. Siguro last now, because of course you're now a success, now we would consider you, I'm sure you won't admit it as the humble guy that you are, but people look at you as a big success. But during that period, I'm sure you had some, as with any business, you have some downfall. Now, what would you say is your most expensive mistake? Maybe expensive in terms of monetary, time, or effort. What is that one thing for you?
In monetary terms, yung na-discover ko in 2018 on how to monetize using other ad networks. Para bang I could have done that 4 years ago, or 3 years ago. Parang that same ad network, I read about it from a blogger that I subscribed to. So, but I could not implement it during that time. So, ngayon, because of the results I'm getting now, ang laking pera. Parang kasi if my ad revenue now has more than doubled, going back 3 years ago, 3 years worth of income that could have doubled, ang laki nun na. Pero isip ko okay lang kasi everything happens for a reason. Baka during that time, baka wala pang hindi pa ako ready or whatever. Although, at the back of my mind pa rin, wow, ang daming properties na no.
Ganun kalaki as in terms of properties yung opportunity loss.
Oo. Kasi ayoko na magsabi. Basta malaki. Very significant.
Siguro last question in relation to that, no? Kasi when somebody's starting out, especially sa online business, chances are like mas maraming failures compared to wins. What would you say with your experience, no? How do you deal with things when they don't go your way? Kasi especially when we start this out, usually solopreneur, mag-isa ka, and pag things don't go your way, parang lahat sa mo eh. Parang ang bigat, parang walang nangyayari sa akin. I feel trapped, parang hindi ako nag-move on, sayang oras to. 5 months na wala pang kinikita. What would you say to someone who's feeling that pressure na parang umiikot-ikot lang sila, minsan paatras pa nga, to just keep going and to turn things around?
Kasi ako I've felt so many times where that people don't believe in what I'm doing. Pero deep inside, I know that I'm onto something. Siguro, don't let that feeling go. But back it up with data. Kasi for me, when I say I'm onto something, it means I've observed the data that it's going up. Years and years of data ang evidence ko. So even if someone says, you're wasting your time doing that, at the back of my mind, I can always say to myself that, really, I'll see you in 10 years. Let's see kung nasan ka, nasan ako. Pero I still hope for the best for whoever that person is belittling what I'm doing. Pero for me, I know what I'm doing. Pero there's a big difference with staying on track or continuing to do something that is futile as compared to doing something because you just have to stick to it and it will work, or it's working. It's like planting a tree. Okay. So I guess that's the difficult part. How do you know when you're planting a tree that can really grow? And how do you know if you're just wasting time? If you're planting a plant that will die no matter what, how it will not last a year kasi maraming halaman na ganun. Kahit anong dilig mo, kahit anong alaga mo, mamatay yan eh. So, in business, how would you know? So, siguro, I guess all throughout kanina pa, sinasabi ko, I experiment and I gather evidence, and based on that evidence, do I proceed or not? So siguro maswerte ako kasi I'm in a niche na I don't see going down.
Right,
Real estate will never go down because people need a place to live in. And online, obviously, it still has so much room to grow. So, ano nga parang ganito. Siguro the most recent time that I felt so vulnerable is, isipin mo, I have a blog, one-man army as of now. And then I have this competitor, a big real estate portal with the backing of a lot of venture capitalists. Malaki siyang property portal. And I said, sige, let's see. Sinong matira matibay. And after 4 years, di buhay kami pareho. One-man army pa rin ako. Pero sila, ilan sila? 30, 40 people. Tignan ko lang kung nasaan na, kung nasa red line na ba yung funds nila. Pero, ganun eh. You have to fight kung alam mo you're onto something. So, tapos, yung mga sinasabi, walang kwenta yung ginagawa mo. Basta may evidence ka, yun ang baon mo. That will sustain you. Even if your family is the one telling you that what you're doing is a waste of time. You need, parang ano ba tawag nun? Bala mo yun. It's it will sustain you.
Right.
The small wins, always remember the small wins. Ako ngayon, if I feel lazy, if I feel like giving up, I just remember my IT manager days. And then I remember, wow, ang ganda ng buhay ko compared nung sa time na yon. Parang, I would never ever go back. And I would do what I need to do.
Right. And ang ganda ng sabi mo, Jay, about yung finding the fine line between putting effort into something na mag-grow and putting effort into something that's futile. Now, how do you find that fine line? No? Siguro, let me reframe that question to you. Kasi I know you have a son now, lumalaki na si Jay, no? And if he was in that situation na dad, nagbablog na siya, he's not sure saan, kung tutuloy pa niya or he's gonna stop it. What are the things that you would advise him to look at para ma-determine niya kung on his own siguro whether to ituloy pa niya o hindi? What would be the evidence that you'd want him to look at?
Okay. Actually, very relevant yan kasi YouTuber yung anak ko eh.
Yeah.
But because of school, he had to stop making videos. But he's so far away from being able to monetize his channel. So the first thing that I would tell him or ask him would be, is this something you want to do no matter what? Kasi parang ako ganun din eh. What I was doing even if it's not earning during that time. Siya, I can see that in him. He wants to do it even if it's not yet earning. And is there room for growth? Obviously, meron eh. Yung ginagawa niya. Just look at the other examples, yung mga nag-unbox in YouTube, yung mga ganun. Pero siya, I've seen what videos he can do. I honestly think may future siya doon. So, pagka ganun pwede, I can encourage him. In fact, ang dami ko nang nabiling mga software for him on how to make e-book covers na kasi gusto niya gumawa ng comic strip na gagawin niyang video and so on and so forth. So pagka ganun niya, I will encourage him if I see that it's something he likes to do and in Tagalog, may kahihinatnan. Okay? Especially now, it's so easy to find people who are successful in YouTube. Okay. Now, hindi lang naman YouTube, whether it's email marketing or whatever segment of the online space you want to go through. You have to sit down and see kung meron bang kahihinatnan and it's something you really want to do. Why? If it's something you really want to do, you can stay and continue doing it for the required Kaya ako, for blogging, you need to stick to it at least 1 to 2 years. YouTube video, mabilis yan. Mas mabilis. Alam mo kagad kung palpak o hindi. Sa other aspects, babalik tayo sa emails eh. Is your email list growing or not? Compare mo yung FB group sa email list. Yung effort mo sa FB group, FB page, is it better to focus more first on emails? Hindi ko sinasabing huwag mag-FB group, huwag mag-FB page, pero sinasabi ko, huwag kalimutan yung emails. Kasi yun nga eh, after more than a decade na, 10 years na, emails ang nag-sustain. Emails ang hindi mawawala. So, isa rin yun, sasabihin ko sa anak ko. Huwag ka mag-YouTube lang. Gumawa ka pa rin ng vlog, sasabihin ko. Although, maswerte siya kasi yung email list ko, papamana ko sa kanya. If ever, kung gusto niya. Oo. So, yun. Yung long term, syempre real estate. Sabihan ko yun. So, ganon. I would tell my son, kakwento ko pa rin sa kanya, yung 2006 na meron kaming nakitang 3-door apartment na sana binili ko. Siya, hindi naman pera. We will equip him with the knowledge and the advice na sana, syempre, hindi ko naman pwede kausapin yung sarili ko 20 years ago. Siya na lang. Siya na lang ang tutulungan namin. Yeah.
Perfect. Ganda. And yeah, thanks a lot, Jay. You've shared so much, no? And parang, actually, feeling ko we could go on for 3 hours na. Hindi tayo maubusan ng pag-usapan. But if people would want to learn more about you with real estate, no? And everything that you share, where could they find you and how could they sign up to your email list?
Doon lang. Foreclosurephilippines.com. Just sign up and you will see how it works. The sequence and the waiting list and paano siya compliant sa GDPR. Hindi natin napag-usapan yun pero yung wordings na ginawa ko GDPR compliant. Bakit? Kasi it's exactly what they will receive. Hindi siya bait and switch, parang ganun. Hindi siya ganun. Exactly what they will receive is what is on the subscription widget. So, ganun. So, and if you subscribe on my list and you reply to my emails, sorry guys, hindi ko mag-guarantee na masasagot ko. Tsambahan. If I see your email while I'm in front of the screen, pwede. But if it gets buried, you are competing with around 300,000 emails.
Wow.
That are unread. Okay, that are unread. It's something I'm not proud of, pero it's true. So, I really need to find a way to fix that.
All right. So, that's a good problem to have, no? Kaysa naman wala nag-reply sa'yo. But, yeah, thanks a lot, Jay. You've been super generous. And, yeah, looking forward to, talk to you. And next time, baka father and son tandem na yung interview natin.
Sana.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jay. Hey there, you're done. Let me ask you a question. Did you like this video? Let me know by hitting thumbs up or even thumbs down. Simply leave a comment below. Now, to get more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and click on that bell icon so that you get notified of our future videos. I'm sure you don't want to miss out. Now, lastly, if you want more help with regard to growing your digital product business, check out my site, digitalsolopreneur.com. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.